Hello everyone, welcome again to another series of video from Electronics Eternity. So this time around we will be looking at Bootstrap 5. So this is the very first video of our Bootstrap series, and for this first tutorial I am going to do a tutorial on Bootstrap headers. Right, so I think what we have over here is just some simple headers. Right, so we will be talking about headers in detail in this tutorial. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so hold on, yeah. My bad, that's not what I wanted to do. So I'm just trying to, okay, done. Alright, so let me just go through the code and show you what's actually happening over here. So let me extend this a bit so that you can see better. So this is the usual formatting, so where we have document type, language, and we have some simple title over here, and we also have the CSS and JS formatting and styling. And that's just the, how to say, the basic of the prefix codes that we have for Bootstrap, right? So right in between I have some style in which I will explain later. So all these are CSS styling, and as usual we have our head and body, right? So let's look at the first header that we have over here. So this is basically division. We are defining some division for this, and we're saying this is a container, and background is dark, text is white. Okay, so so as you can see, the background is dark and the text is white. So this is actually some basic text and background like formattings that we have in Bootstrap. So let me show you how it looks like. Okay, so we have Bootstrap 5 from W3 Schools. Okay, so it looks, where should I go? I think I should look for text. Why is it just okay? I think it should be here, text or typography, right? So this is just the basic headings and the size of the headers, and we also have some simple formats, if I'm not wrong. Let's see in the next part. So this is Bootstrap 5 colors. As you can see, we have text muted, text primary, text success. So each of this syntaxes will give you different colors of text, and whereas we have background colors, and similarly each of these syntaxes will give you different background colors. For example, to indicate that this is something primary, we would have background in blue. If it's success, it would show green, and info would come in some light blue color, and warning is basically orange. So danger is basically red. So it's just some basic colors. Just to demonstrate to you, let me just try changing that. So let's just say background is danger and text is primary. This is, let's see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. It's some red background with blue font, which is really a bad combination, as you can see. So let's revert back to the original, which is dark and white text. So this is what we have over here. So this part is pretty straightforward. We have a dark background and white text. Let's see the next type of, or the next variation of headers. So we have some header, and obviously you could see that the background is much smaller in size. Reason being is we have container over here, and we have defined the column. So how many columns it should take? In this case it's 7, and we have empty, which is margin top, we have 3 pixels, and we have background dark and text is white. Okay, so this is just to prove to you that you could size your headers according to the size that you want. For example, like how much screen it should take, you could just customize it by setting it your column number. So we have 12 columns in total, so 7 would take like 7 out of 12 columns, right? So that's about it. Not much difference except for the size. Now let's look at the next one. Okay, so what do we see? So one thing noticeable over here is that we have much thicker padding. So over here we don't have padding on the top and the bottom and even on the sides. So over here we have margin top 3 just to create some separation with the previous header, and we have p equal 3. So p equal 3 is basically the padding, and we have background dark, text white, and I don't have to repeat this, to be honest, and text should be aligned to the center, right? So let's refresh that and you can see the exact same result. Okay, so this is just to add like some volume of padding into our header, so that's how you do it. And let's see the next one. So the next one is, again, we don't need that extra padding. So the next one is container p3, and then we have this class over here. So okay, so class equal to a. So let's go to our style section over here, and we see what is class A is basically saying. So it's located over here, and basically what class A is saying is that you're gonna have your text aligned to the right, and this is going to be a font, right? So we have okay, so we don't have the text alignment over here in the division, however we have this in our header class. So let's see how that looks like. So as you can see, it's a different font and the text is aligned to the right. So that is how you can use basic CSS to customize your headers. So you don't for some items you might not be able to put it in your division, you can simply put it in, you know, your header classes like this. Okay, so next is, so let's see what. So the next is, it's pretty much the same thing except for the class is different, where the class is B. So let's see what the class B says. Class B basically says align text to your left. That is all. So let me show you. So you're gonna have your text aligned to the left. Alright, so now let's go to the next one. Let me just remove these spaces. So we have container fluid. So this is the first time we're using container fluid. Let's see what it does. We have margin top 3, padding 3, background dark. Again, this unnecessary padding over here. So let's remove that and let's see what happens. So basically when you use container fluid, it's gonna basically flow over to your entire page, right? If you have padding, it's going to be thicker. If without the padding, it's still going to be wider, right? It's going to take your entire website page. So that is container fluid, right? Now let's see. Oopsie. Now let's see, for this part we have container fluid M3. It's pretty much the basic thing, and the unnecessary extra padding. And we have class A. So we have seen class A earlier, so which is basically aligning text to the right and using this font. Okay, so let's see how it looks with container fluid. So it simply goes to the right with a different font, right? So that is all. And finally we have come to the last part of our Bootstrap header, which is we have a class called custom1. So let's see what custom1 does. So this is custom1. We have font family, a different type of font. We have background color black. We have font color, which is something yellowish. We have margin top, which is 0.5%. We have padding in 0.5%. So it's a lot more like, so it's a lot more styling in this. So let's see how does it look like. Okay, so the color is a bit darker, so you can play around with, so the color is a bit darker, and you can play around with the color. So let's try change the color to something else, right? For example, maybe this, right? Let's put some purple color and then see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like, and you could also change the color of the text. So this will help you to sort of like overcome the limitations of Bootstrap colors that we had earlier. For example, we have this few colors and we have few colors for text. So this will basically help you to overcome that color limitation, where you incorporate some CSS styling into it. Alright, so with that being said, we have come to the end of the tutorial. I hope you gain some idea on how well you could diversify and style your headers according to your need or your web page need, right? So I hope you have learned something new. I hope you find this useful. Until then, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.